ready for some Miami Heat basketball with Deron Butler on Kendall Sports Network.
Can you feel the vice, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. The Miami Heat coming off a big win against the Phoenix Suns 2 nights ago. But now they're looking to add more to their win total as they host the fearsome Boston Celtics. But they're going to do it Vice style. I'm Deron Butler, welcoming you to another edition of Heat Zone Live. As the Miami Heat host the Boston Celtics, two Eastern Conference rivals very familiar with each other. But as of late, the Boston Celtics has had the number of Miami Heat for quite some time. Hopefully, things will change for the better for the Heat as Jaylen Brown and company looks to continue rolling, as well as trying to dominate the Eastern Conference once again. But I have my 3 keys for the Miami Heat game. The first is to contest every 3-point shot that the Celtics throw up. The Boston Celtics are known to hit their threes, but if the Miami Heat can manage to play an up-tempo game and be very aggressive on the defensive end, I think they will have a better chance of beating the Boston Celtics tonight. The second key, and I think this one is very important, fight for every rebound. Just like we saw in the last game against Phoenix 2 nights ago. The Miami Heat were getting out-rebounded by Phoenix. The Phoenix Suns were putting the Heat back on their heels in the third quarter, but that's mainly because of rebounding, and of course the offense and defense. If Miami can manage to out-rebound Boston in tonight's game, I think they'll be fine. Especially if you can give more minutes to Kel'el Ware. And third, and finally, the third key here is to play the mid-range game and get second chance points. Now, partially, this goes back to the second key I was talking about, which is getting more rebounds. If Miami can manage to solidify the mid-range game against Boston on offense, they'll be just fine, as well as getting second chance points if possible. Another extra key, which also kind of clinches onto key number 3, is getting the extra passes. Miami needs to be very diligent with extra passes, otherwise Boston will take advantage every single time on defense. If Miami manages to pass the ball around and find the open players, who are either open players or players cutting into the lane, that will be very crucial and beneficial for the Heat. So right now, the players are warming up and the players are being introduced. So right now, we'll come back for opening tip-off and the starting lineups for tonight's game. Alright, we are back. Here's the starting lineup for your Miami Heat. That includes Tyler Hero, Andrew Wiggins, Norman Powell, Davion Mitchell, and Bam Adebayo. That is the starting lineup for your Miami Heat. And of course, the Boston Celtics, they will certainly have Jaylen Brown on the court. We are aware of what he can do. Given a moment's notice, he can light it up from behind the arc. We also are concerned about Derek White, the other part of Boston's backcourt duo. So here's the starting lineup for the Miami Heat's starting lineup is updated. Norman Powell, Tyler Hero, Tyler Larson will be playing, Andrew Wiggins, and Bam Adebayo. And for the Miami Heat, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Jaylen Brown, Sam Hauser, and Neemias Queta. So Miami's starting lineup: Norman Powell, Tyler Hero, Andrew Wiggins, and Bam Adebayo. They will be joined by Pelle Larsson. And the key matchup for tonight will be a scoring showdown between Derek White and Norman Powell. In the last meeting, Derek White went off for 33 points, going 9 for 14 from three-point land, whereas Norman Powell knocked down 18 points and went 1 for 11 from behind the arc. We are in for another high-scoring, very stylish game between these two teams. Of course, the health report: Davion Mitchell, he's out with a shoulder injury from 2 nights ago against Phoenix. Jaime Jaquez Jr. is nursing a knee injury. And for the Boston Celtics, Josh Minot, he is nursing an ankle injury, and we all know about Jason Tatum's ACL injury from last season. Yes, forgive me for saying that Davion Mitchell will be in the starting lineup. I forgot all about his shoulder injury. So right now, the players are being warmed up. They should be ready to go. And we should have opening tip-off very soon. There we see Bam Adebayo getting hyped up as always. Bam Adebayo was very instrumental in the Heat's victory over Phoenix from 2 nights ago. So let's see what he can do once more. Alright, Boston wins the tip, and we are ready to begin this game. Here comes Derek White. Derek White being guarded by Bam. Finds Jaylen Brown. Ball gets broken up, and it will be Heat ball. Alright, here comes Tyler Hero. He gives the ball to Wiggins. Wiggins finding Bam. Bam being guarded by Queta. Bam kicks it out. Corner 3. And Andrew Chief Wiggins 3 to put Miami on the board. Alright, here comes Boston. They give it to Derek White. Out to Sam Hauser. Jaylen Brown for the corner 3. He misses it, but it's tipped in by Sam Hauser to put Boston on the board. Tyler Hero gives it to Pelle Larsson. Larsson kicks it out to Bam. Corner 3. That's a miss. Rebound by Queta. And here comes Boston. Peyton Pritchard. Thought about going for a 3, but gives it to Hauser. And Hauser knocks down that jumper. And Boston takes the lead. Alright, here comes Miami. Bam in a hurry. Kicks it out to Andrew Wiggins for the corner 3. And Andrew Chief Wiggins again for Miami. Miami retakes the lead. And that's a missed 3 for Boston. Here come the Heat and in a hurry. As Tyler superhero 3 for Miami. The Heat are going off from three-point land right now. And here comes Jaylen Brown. Thought about going for the 3, but the ball is knocked loose. And it's going to be an over a back violation on Boston, so it'll be Heat ball. Miami right now is showing that aggression on defense, but surprisingly knocking down their threes. Wiggins inbounds the ball, gives it to Tyler Hero. Here comes Hero, guarded by Jaylen Brown. Bam sets the screen. And Tyler Hero knocks down the floater. So the Heat go up by 7 in this game. Here comes Boston, Sam Hauser, missing that 3. And here comes Pelle Larsson. Larsson being guarded by Derek White. Kicks it to Wiggins. To Tyler Hero. Hero in traffic and still gets the basket. It's now 13-4 Miami. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Missing the basket and rebound by Norman Powell. Here comes Powell being guarded by Sam Hauser. Powell swings it out. Andrew Wiggins for 3. It rims out. Rebound by Derek White, and he kicks it out to Peyton Pritchard. Peyton Pritchard now. And that foul's going to be on Pelle Larsson. Derek White will inbound the ball. He gives it to Neemias Queta. Kicks it out to Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard guarded by Hero. Pritchard kicks it out to Hauser. Back to Pritchard for 3. Rims out. Rebound by Pelle Larsson. And here comes Miami. Pelle Larsson driving into the lane. And that's rebound by Boston. Peyton Pritchard going for the long 3. He misses it. Rebound by Miami. Wiggins being guarded by Derek White. Wiggins kicks it out to Bam. Bam going into the lane. Gets his own rebounds. But gets fouled and will get the N1, hopefully. That should count for Bam. And it will count. So Bam will go to the line for the N1. But we're going to have ourselves a timeout. Miami right now are on a roll, and their three-point shooting looks spectacular. The Heat lead 15-4. And we are back. Score is 15-4, Miami. Here's a look at Jaylen Brown. 17.9 drives per game, third in the NBA. 8.9 field goal attempts on drives, first in the NBA. And 12.8 points on drives, second in the NBA. Definitely a lot of offensive speed from one Jaylen Brown. Right now, the Heat seem to be in control. Right now, Miami are at the line. Bam will go for the and-one opportunity. Bam makes the and-one opportunity, so it's now a 12-point lead for the Heat. Here comes Derek White, guarded by Paolo Larson. Derek White misses the basket, rebound by Norman Powell. Here comes the Heat, and Andrew Wiggins soars for the lob from Tyler Hero. It is now a 16-point lead. Miami right now on a 15-0 run. Here comes Boston. Jaylen Brown now has the ball, and that's going to be an illegal screen on the Celtics. This one's going to be on Neemias Queta. So it'll be Heat ball. Miami looking to extend their lead right now, as Boston will bring in Jordan Walsh and Anthony Simons off the bench, replacing Sam Hauser and Derek White. Kasper Giacchiunas is also in the game for Miami. Alright, here comes Wiggins. Gives it to Bam. Bam backing down Queta. Bam with the funk fake. Misses the layup. Rebound by Queta, and here comes Boston. Peyton Pritchard gives it to Jaylen Brown for the long three. And Jaylen Brown sinks it, and ending that 15-0 run for Miami. Bam answering back with a three, and Bam Adebayo knocks it down. It's now a 14-point lead for the Heat. And here comes Boston. Peyton Pritchard throws the lob to Neemias Queta in return, and Boston looking to answer back. Drew Smith now in the game. That was Norman Powell, excuse me. And Bam Adebayo going for another and-one opportunity. Bam right now is resurgent. Bam Adebayo right now, he is resurgent after that offensive slump he had 4 games ago. Bam right now with 8 points and 3 assists, going 3 for 7 from the field. In Tuesday's game against Phoenix, he had 29 points. Bam knocks down that and-one. Luka Garza now in the game for Boston. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown. He gets fouled and will go to the line for 2 free throws. That foul is going to be on Norman Powell. Sorry. Boston will have it side out instead. Here comes Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard kicks it out to Brown. Brown loses the ball and recovered by Miami. Norman Powell. Go Norman Powell, Ranger. 3 for Miami, as Boston will take yet another timeout. The Heat are feeling it in this one, as they lead 27-9. we are back. Score is 27-9 Miami. The Heat right now are on a roll and they haven't stopped since. Right now the 3-point shooting hasn't been fun for Boston, but it's been electric for Miami. Tyler Hero, Bam Adebayo, and it's Andrew Wiggins having 2 of those 3-pointers, and especially Norman Powell knocking one down. Alright, here comes Boston. Miami right now shooting 5 for 7 from the field, from 3-point land. Boston 1 for 6, and there's another miss for the Celtics. Both teams fighting over the ball. It looks like we're gonna have ourselves a jump ball. It should be a jump ball. I'm not sure which 2 players will be jumping in for the ball. I think it's gonna be Luka Garza. Let's see it again. Luka Garza was fighting for the ball. Jordan Walsh was there. Nikola Jovic and Kasper Jr. was also fighting for the ball. So it'll be Nikola Jovic and Luka Garza going for the jump ball. So it'll be Heat ball instead. Boston jumped way too early for that one. Here comes Kasper Jr. Kicks out to Wiggins. Wiggins finding Bam. Bam finding Norman Powell. Back to Wiggins. Back to Bam. Here comes Bam. Gets fouled. And we'll go to the line for the and 1. Bam is back in the line for 2 free throws. Bam missing the first one. Bam Adebayo right now ranking 2nd among the all-time top scorers for Miami as he makes the 2nd free throw, surpassing Alonzo Mourning. But he got a long ways to go to reach Dwayne Wade. Alright, and here comes Luka Garza. Garza finds Simons. Anthony Simons guarded by Kasper Jr. Simons for 3. That rims out. Rebound goes to Peyton Pritchard. Simons a 3. And Anthony Simons knocks down that 3. So it's now a 16-point game for Miami. Here comes Jr. Finds Norman Powell. Spot up basket is good. And Miami goes up by 18. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Gives the ball to Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard. Back to Brown. Brown guarded. Brown missing that 3 after being guarded by Bam. And that's going to be a foul on Luka Garza. Wasn't sure what happened, but I'm pretty sure he shoved Andrew Wiggins out of bounds. And now Garza is pleading his case to the referee, but to no avail. And Kelaware is now in the game for Miami. Jaylen Brown will also come out of the game for Boston. Alright, here comes Nikola Jovic. Jovic gives the ball to Jr. And that's going to be an illegal screen on Miami. So it will be Boston ball. Derek White gives it to Luka Garza, back to White. White finding Garza goes out of bounds. Last touch by Miami. And here comes Luka Garza. Anthony Simons again for three, and he knocks it down. The Celtics now trailing by 15. Here comes Jovic. Jovic finding Tyler Hero. Kelly Ware corner three. Misses it, but Nikola Jovic is there for the putback. Love that for him as Miami goes up by 17. Here comes the Celtics. Anthony Simons finding the open three. Rims out. Rebound by Jordan Walsh, and he finds Luka Garza uncontested for the basket. And here comes the Heat. Tyler Hero driving through traffic. Basket rims out, and here comes the Celtics. Derek White being guarded by Tyler Hero. Luka Garza, open three, and he knocks it down effortlessly. And suddenly, the Boston Celtics are starting to come back into this one as Miami calls a timeout. The Heat may have the lead, but the Celtics and their spacing and the three-point shooting is starting to make a difference right now. The Heat lead 32-20. So it's going to be a 30-second timeout before the Miami Heat, and they're going to have to get their defense back in order. Right now, Luka Garza and Anthony Simons hitting from behind the arc. Not something you want to see for this Heat defense. But Miami needs to refortify their defense and get something going on offense. Right now, Boston's starting to wake up in this one. Luka Garza right now with 5 points, shooting 66% from the field. Right now, Miami only has 2 bench points, Boston with only 11. Okay, here comes Drew Smith now in the game for Miami. Drew Smith kicks it out to Jovic. Here comes Jovic. Jovic gets fouled and will go to the line for 2 free throws. Jovic at the line. He misses the first free throw. And Nikola Jovic goes 1 of 2 from the line. Miami now leads by 13. And here comes Boston now. Anthony Simons, a 3. And Anthony Simons knocks it down yet again. Boston trails by 10. Here goes Kelly Ware, kicks it. And Kelly Superboy Ware, 3 for Miami. On point with that one. And here comes Luka Garza. Gets his shot blocked. Miami starting to find their rhythm on defense. Jordan Walsh is double team. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Heat. All right, Boston will inbound the ball. They give it to Anthony Simons again. And that's going to be a 21st-second violation on the Celtics. I'm sorry. I think it's a foul on Miami instead. So again, yeah, that foul is going to be on Drew Smith. Foul came before the buzzer even sounded. So it'll be 2 free throws for Anthony Simons. Simons makes the first. And Anthony Simons makes both free throws. So we now have ourselves a 9-point game. Boston right now with 16 bench points to Miami 6. And that's a missed three from Jovic. Rebound by Boston. Here comes Anthony Simons. Simons pulls up for the three. Rims out. Nikola Jovic now with the rebound. Pushes it up to the floor. Gives it to Hero. Hero finds Larson. Finds Drew Smith. Drew Smith back to Hero. Hero gets fouled. Nope. Passes it out to Drew Smith. Casper Jackson Jr. missing that basket. But rebound by Jordan Walsh. Right now, Derek White has the ball. Being guarded by Kelly Ware. Loses the ball, and here comes Miami. Tyler Hero gets his shot blocked. And that ball's going to go out of bounds on Boston. White will come out of the game for Boston. Norman Powell re-enters the game for Miami as Casper Jackson will take a seat. Miami will inbound the ball. Kelly Ware has it. Rims out. And that will end the first quarter. Miami jumped out early against Boston, having an 18-point lead, but then Boston's 3-point shooting, as I mentioned before, is crucial, and they started making a comeback. But right now, the Heat have a 36-25 lead, and we'll be back for the second quarter. And we are back, ready to begin the second quarter. Miami has shot 50% from the field. Boston only 38% in the first quarter. Boston has 6 turnovers. Miami only had 1. So right now, Drew Smith is bringing it up to the floor. Takes it out to Tyler Hero. There's a 3 on the way. That's a miss. Rebound by Nemius Keita. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Brown loses the ball. And here comes Miami, going on a fast break. Alley-oop to Pella Larson. Pella Larson getting that ball from Tyler Hero. Right now, it is in. Right now, the lead is 38-25. And here comes Jaylen Brown. He gets the basket. And here comes Miami. Pella Larson kicks it out to Jovic. Finds Tyler Hero. Drew Smith kicks it out to Jovic for 3. That rims out. Rebound by Boston. And here comes Jaylen Brown. Gives it to Nemius Keita. He gets fouled, and it will be 2 free throws for Keita. Keita makes the first free throw. And Keita goes 1 of 2 from the line. Right here comes Tyler Hero. Finds Drew Smith, missing that corner 3. Kello Ware's there for the rebound. Delaware, corner 3. That's a miss. And here comes Boston. Hugo Gonzalez, being guarded by Drew Smith. He finds Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown guarded by Delaware. And Nemius Keita is there for the putback. So right now it's a 8-point lead for Miami. As Drew Smith going coast to coast. Rebound by Delaware. And it gets the ball taken away from him by Anthony Simons. But there's Miami coming up with a steal of their own. Nikola Jovic gets tripped up by Keita, and he goes down hard. Thankfully, it's nothing serious. That was a head-on collision right there. Nikola Jovic will go to the line for 2 free throws. Jovic missing the first free throw. Jovic misses both free throws. So it's still an 8-point game for Miami. And Anthony Simons, he gives it to Jaylen Brown. Back to Simons, back to Brown. Brown with the pump fake, missing the basket. Rebound by Boston. Jordan Walsh has it. And Jordan Walsh cuts through the lane to get the dunk. And that's going to prompt a Miami Heat timeout. Boston is starting to assert themselves into this one as Miami leads 38-32. And we are back. Score is 38-32, Miami. Boston right now is starting to assert themselves back into this game, thanks to players like Anthony Simons, Luka Garza, Jordan Walsh, and especially Jaylen Brown and Derek White. And right now, Miami has the ball. Here comes Drew Smith. Gives it to Jovic, to Wiggins. Wiggins to Hero. Here comes Hero, back to Wiggins. Finds Pella Larson for the corner three, and he misses it. Rebound by Jaylen Brown. Brown being guarded by Wiggins. Here comes Anthony Simons. Simons drives right past Kelal Ware, but misses the layup. And there's Luka Garza there for the putback. So right now it's a 4-point lead. And Tyler Hero answering was a 3 for Miami. So right now it's a 7-point game for the Heat. And here comes Jaylen Brown being guarded by Kelal Ware and stolen away by Tyler Hero with a nice breakaway layup. It is now a 9-point lead for the Heat. Miami right now getting points off turnovers, 13 of them compared to Boston's 3. And Jaylen Brown gets that basket. So right now it's a 7-point game for the Heat. Here comes Tyler Hero. Gives it to Wiggins. To Drew Smith. Back to Wiggins. Wiggins missing that basket, and here comes the Boston Celtics. Number 55 gives it to Anthony Simons. There goes Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown missing that basket. Here comes Miami. Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero again from Miami. Another 3. That's going to prompt another Boston Celtics timeout. The Heat are back in this one, and they're right where they need to be as they lead 46-36. And we are back. Score is 46-36, Miami. Tyler Hero going off with a pair of 3-pointers right now for the Heat. Right now, looking at the opponent 3-point percentage for the Boston Celtics, they rank 25th in keeping opponents under 14.4 3-pointers per game. But in the last 10 games, they've ranked 29th. All right, and here comes Anthony Simons. Bam Adebayo is back in the game for Miami. So is Norman Powell. Simons picked up by Wiggins. And Simons missing that layup. But Luka Garza is there for the putback. So now it's an 8-point game for Miami. Here comes Bam. Gives it to Drew Smith. Here comes Drew Smith. Gives it to Bam. Bam guarded by Luka Garza. Bam hits jab step and he gets the basket. So we're back to a 10-point game. Here comes Boston now. They're swinging the ball around. They give it to Simons. Simons guarded by Bam. That's a 3 on the way. And Sam Hauser knocks down the corner 3. So it's a 7-point game for the Heat. Here comes Drew Smith. Finds Norman Powell. Norman Powell gets fouled, and he will go to the line for, I believe, 2 free throws. Yes, 2 free throws. That foul's going to be on Peyton Pritchard. Norman Powell sinks the first. And Kasper Siakajunas will come in the game for Miami. Drew Smith will take a seat. And Norman Powell will sink both free throws. So it's a 9-point game for Miami. Here comes Anthony Simons. Simons guarded by Bam. Simons now guarded by Simone Fontecchio. And Anthony Simons knocks it down. So we're back to a 7-point game. Anthony Simons right now has 13 points, going 40% from the field, as Miami answers back with a basket from Wiggins. Here comes Anthony Simons again. Simons guarded by Wiggins. Gives it to... Ooh, nice spin move by Peyton Pritchard, but missing the layup. Rims out, and here comes the Heat again. Simone Fontecchio thought about going for the 3. Kicks it out to Bam, but that goes right out of bounds. Here comes Peyton Pritchard. Gives it to Luka Garza. Garza finds Simons. Simons guarded by Bam. Gives it to Sam Hauser. That's a 3 on the way from Simons. It rims out. And here comes the Miami Heat. Wiggins, guarded by Hauser. Wiggins kicks it out. Bam, corner 3. And Bam Adebayo, corner 3. You love to see it. The Heat go up by 12. Bam Adebayo right now, 15 points, shooting 5 for 9 from the field. And here comes Boston, looking to answer back. I know they got a 3 waiting. Peyton Pritchard with this nice spin move, but he gets fouled by Norman Powell. corner three and from Sam Hauser, and of course the court vision from Anthony Simons. Right. Payne Pritchard has the ball again. Guarded by Bam, gives it to Derek White. Ball rims out. Jordan Walsh has the ball. Gives it to Derek White. Derek White loses the ball, but he gets fouled by Kasparas Jakučiūnas. Derek White will go to the line for 2 free throws. Derek White makes the first free throw. And Derek White makes both free throws. So it's a 10-point game for Miami. Comes Norman Powell, gives it to Jakučiūnas, out to Bam for the corner three, misses it, rebound by Boston. Derek White gets fouled, and most likely will go to the line for 2 free throws, 2 more free throws at that. Boston will have the side out. Here comes Jordan Walsh. And that ball goes. Luka Garza gets fouled, but he misses the layup. Garza makes the first free throw. And Garza makes both free throws. So it's an 8-point game for Miami. We have a foul on the play. That's going to be on Jordan Walsh. And here comes Miami. That's going to be an offensive foul on Kasparas Jakučiūnas. He shoved off, and that's going to be Celtics ball. Comes Derek White being guarded by Wiggins. Derek White kicks it out to Payton Pritchard. Back to White. Gives it to Sam Hauser. Kicks it all the way out to Payton Pritchard. Sam Hauser. Back to White. That rims out. Rebound by Miami. Fontecchio gives it to Norman Powell. Here comes Norman Powell. Finds Jakučiūnas. And Kasparas, the friendly ghost Jakučiūnas, 3 for Miami. The Heat now lead by 11 in this one. And here comes Sam Hauser. Hauser finds Jordan Walsh for the basket. It is now a 9-point game. There's Casper Siakajunas. Boston right now dominating in bench points against Miami, 28-9. Norman Powell flying through for the layup, and we're back up to an 11-point game. Jordan Walsh has the ball now. Finds Sam Hauser. Gives it to Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard guarded by Norman Powell. Sam Hauser for three. And Sam Hauser knocks that one over Bam Adebayo. The Celtics trailing by 8 in this one. And I think that basket was good for at least Bam Adebayo. That's a corner. That's a long three for Boston. Goes out. Rebound recovered by Miami. Here goes Norman Powell now. Boston getting 22 second chance points to Miami's 5. Here comes Norman Powell driving into the lane, and he gets the dunk. That's an emphatic dunk against Boston right there, showing some attitude. Powell now with 11 points, only 80% from the field. And here comes Derek White, being guarded by Wiggins. Derek White looking for last basket. It's guarded by Bam. He gets it. He misses it. But there's a foul on the play. Not sure who the foul was on for Miami, but it looks like it's going to be Norman Powell with a foul. Norman Powell flying through with that nasty dunk. And Derek White will go to the line for 2 free throws. White gets the first free throw. And Derek White makes both free throws. So now it is a 10-point game. And that will end the first half. Miami jumped out with a big lead, but then Boston started to come back into this one. But right now, Miami and Boston are trading baskets back and forth. But the Heat maintain a 10-point lead by the end of the first half. Score is 64-54. Very exciting first half that we just saw between Miami and Boston. Miami jumped out ahead with an 18-point lead, going on a 15-0 run. But then, of course, Boston, with their three-point shooting prowess, they managed to get themselves back into this game through not just Jaylen Brown, but also Anthony Simons coming off the bench and leading the way. Miami, meanwhile, they're gonna have to rely on their starters because they don't have Davion Mitchell and Jaime Jaquez Jr. to back them up or lead the way off the bench. So Miami will have to continue being very aggressive on both ends of the floor if they wish to continue to not only maintain this lead but also get another meaningful win. So right now it is halftime, 15-minute break. If you have any questions or any comments regarding Miami Heat basketball or the NBA or the Ja Morant trade rumors that have been popping up on Heat Twitter or social media for all of you basketball fans out there, feel free to drop a comment and I'll get back and I'll get to you. But right now, it's halftime. We are back, ready to begin the third quarter. Miami leads 64 to 54. There was a lot of three-point shooting from both teams, a lot of aggressive offense and defense from both sides. So right now, this should be a very intense second half with a lot of high-stakes shooting, a lot of intense defense, and of course, both teams fighting for rebounds. Miami will have the ball. Pella Larson being guarded by Derek White. Larson now being guarded by Sam Hauser. Ball's knocked loose, recovered by Norman Powell. There's a three on the way. Rims out, and Boston has the rebound. Boston right now has 22 second chance points to Miami's 7, but Miami is leading the way in fast break points. There's Jaylen Brown missing that three, recovered by Derek White, and that's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Tyler Hero. It will be Boston's ball. There you see Sam Cassell, the current assistant head coach for the Boston Celtics. Of course, he won an NBA championship with them back in 2008. Cassell also played for the Minnesota Timberwolves. And there's a basket for, I believe, Jaylen Brown. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Jaylen Brown. So it is now an 8-point game for Miami. There's Tyler Hero. Kicks it out to Wiggins for 3. And Andrew Wiggins knocks it down. Got fouled and will go for a rare 4-point play. Excellent job. That foul's going to be on Jaylen Brown. And Andrew Wiggins knocks down the and-1. Wiggins right now with 14 points, going 5 for 7 from the field. Jaylen Brown being guarded by Wiggins. Jaylen Brown for 3. Misses the basket. Rebound by Miami. Here goes Norman Powell. Powell being guarded by Pritchard. Powell missing the basket. Rebound by Bam Adebayo, but he gets fouled. Miami will inbound the ball. All right, here comes Norman Powell. Misses the layup. And here comes Boston. And that's a good layup from Jaylen Brown as we now have a 10-point game. Andrew Wiggins gives it to Pella Larson. Back to Wiggins. Wiggins. Back to Larson. Larson almost lost the ball. Back to Wiggins. And Wiggins loses the ball. Here comes Boston. Payne Pritchard now has the ball. There's a foul on the play, and that one's going to be on Tyler Hero. All right, Boston will inbound the ball. Here comes Derek White with a basket. So it's now an 8-point game for Miami. Both teams scoring 24 points each in the paint. Ball is knocked loose, but recovered by Miami. Here goes Norman Powell. He gets fouled and will go to the line for 2 free throws. Alright, here comes Norman Powell at the line for Miami. Powell makes the first. And Powell makes both free throws. So we're back up to 10. Here comes Derek White. Gives it to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown guarded by Tyler Hero. Jaylen Brown kicks it out to Sam Hauser. Finds Peyton Pritchard. Gives it to Nemius Queta. Queta missing that layup, and the ball is recovered by Miami. Here comes Bam. Gives it to Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero guarded by Peyton Pritchard. And Tyler Hero knocks it down. So it's a 12-point game for Miami. Here comes Nemius Queta, guarded by Bam. Gives the ball to Derek White. And Nemius Queta soars for the alley-oop. So it's now a 10-point game. Miami had 16 assists so far in this game. Boston was only 14. Tyler Hero missing that 3-pointer. And here comes Boston. Jaylen Brown kicks it up to Derek White. To Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard driving into the lane. And he gets the layup. So it's now an 8-point game for Miami. Norman Powell has the ball. Gives it to Pala Larson. Larson driving into the lane. Almost lost the ball. Gives it to Wiggins for a 3. Rims out. Rebound by Nemius Queta. And he gets the ball to Jaylen Brown. And that's going to be a foul on Wiggins. Jaylen Brown will go to the line for 2 free throws. Jaylen Brown goes to the line. He makes the first, and Miami will come in with a couple of substitutions. Kaspers Yakajudis and Simone Fontecchio entering the game. They are replacing Andrew Wiggins and Tyler Hero. And Jaylen Brown makes both free throws. So it's now a 6-point game. Here comes Bam. Bam being guarded by Queta. And Bam getting the agile reverse layup. So it's back up to 8 for Miami. Alright, Derek White has the ball for Boston. Gives it to Jaylen Brown. Back to Derek White for 3. Rims out. Rebound by Miami. Here comes Simone Fontecchio. Gives it to Pala Larson. Larson drives in, gets fouled, and will go to the line for 2 free throws. And we will have a Heat timeout. It's been back and forth between these two teams, but Miami's holding on to an 8-point lead They lead 74-66. And we are back. It's been a back and forth game for Miami, but they have a big lead. They have a double-digit lead over Boston. Bam right now with 19 points, going 7 of 12 from the field. Right, Tyler Larson will go to the line for 2 free throws. Larson makes the first free throw. And Larson makes both free throws, so it's now a 10-point game. Boston are 11 of 12 from the charity stripe. Miami, 11 for 15. Anthony Simons now in the game for Boston. He gives it to Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard gets the pass broken up. And here comes Miami. Bam. Alley-oop to Pella Larson. Nice heads-up play. It's now a 12-point lead. Simons now being guarded by Larson. Gives it to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown missing that basket. And here comes Fontecchio. Kyle Larson. Ball goes off, Bam out of bounds, and it will be Celtics ball. And that one is a 3 from Boston. Anthony Simons knocking that one down. Here comes Fontecchio. Gives it to Bam. Bam being guarded by Jordan Walsh. Here comes Bam again. Finds Larson for 3. Rims out, but rebound by Miami. And it looks like it's going to be a foul on Luka Garza. Alright, here comes Luka Garza. It's on Pella Larson at the line. Larson knocks down the first free throw. And Larson goes 1 of 2 from the line. And here comes Anthony Simons. Simons guarded by Bam. Simons loses the ball. Referee saying it was last touched by Miami. Not sure why. But instead it will be Heat ball. That call has been overturned, so it'll be Heat ball. Here comes Norman Powell with the floater, and he will go for the M1. Good basket from Norman Powell. There you see Jason Tatum, who's still nursing that ACL injury. He should be back by next season. And Norman Powell sinks the M1. Right now, Miami has 18 points off turnovers. Boston only has 5. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Flies through the lane and he gets the layup. Alright, Miami pushing it in a hurry. Here comes Norman Powell again. And he gets the layup under duress. And that's going to lead to a Boston Celtics timeout. Miami right now, they are out in front with a 13-point lead over Boston. Score is 84-71. And we are back. Score is 84-71 Miami. The Heat right now are rolling thanks to layups and baskets from Bam Adebayo, Palo Larson, and Norman Powell. Definitely gotta love that alley-oop from Bam to Palo Larson. Right now the Heat are finding their offense, and they're definitely keeping the edge on defense. Alright, here comes Peyton Pritchard. He gives the ball to Anthony Simons. Jaylen Brown has it, guarded by Palo Larson. Now being guarded by Kasper Ziakajudis. Jaylen Brown knocks it down. It's a 9-point game for Miami. And that foul's going to be on Jordan Walsh. Walsh got a bit way too excessive on defense against Ziakajudis. So that will send Kasper Ziakajudis on line for 2 free throws. Ziakajudis misses the first free throw. And Ziakajudis goes 1 of 2 from the line. Here comes Anthony Simons. Simons gives the ball to Jaylen Brown. Here goes Jaylen Brown, gives it to Peyton Pritchard. Pritchard driving into the lane. Finds Simons for the corner 3. Rims out, Jordan Walsh with the rebound. Walsh gives it to Brown. Finds Peyton Pritchard. Jaylen Brown with a long 3. That rims out. And then we got ourselves a foul on the play. I believe this one's going to be on Bam. Yeah. Ooh, slapped him on the hands. That's going to be 3 free throws for Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown right now with 17 points, shooting 7 for 16 from the field. Brown makes the first free throw. Brown makes the second free throw. And Brown makes all 3 free throws. So it's now a 9-point game. Boston with 27 second chance points. Miami only with 7. And there's Norman Powell again with a layup. Norman Powell right now with 20 points, shooting 70% from the field. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Brown misses it. Rebound by Miami. Here they come. Gives it Fontecchio. And Simone Fontecchio gets fouled shooting a 3. I forgot to say it when Jaylen Brown got fouled shooting a 3, but I'll say it here. You don't foul a shooter when they are going for the 3. I know I mentioned that in one of my keys to contest the 3-point shots, but sometimes fouls happen. Simone Fontecchio at the line for Miami. Knocks down the first. Knocks down the second. And we have a few substitutions coming in the game for both teams. Tyler Hero is entering the game for Miami. Derek White entering the game for Boston. Hugo Gonzalez also entering the game for Boston. And Andrew Wiggins entering the game for Miami. Nikola Jovic is also in the game for Miami. And Simone Fontecchio knocked down 3 free throws. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown kicks it out to... Nope, that's going to be a travel on Boston. Good defensive footwork from Miami. So that will be heat ball. Boston right now with 13 turnovers to Miami's 5 in this game. Here comes Wiggins. Finds Jovic. Kicks it out to Yakajidis. Back to Wiggins. Wiggins missing that 3. And that ball's going to go out of bounds on Miami. It'll be Boston ball. And here comes Anthony Simons. Simons kicks it out to Jaylen Brown. Tyler Hero almost came away with a steal. And Derek White had that 3 rimmed out. Boston recovers the loose ball. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown misses it. Rebound by Andrew Wiggins. Here comes Miami. And the pass is stolen away by Boston. Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown gets fouled, and he will go back to the line for 2 more free throws. All right, Jaylen Brown out the line for Boston. He makes the first. Jaylen Brown right now with 21 points, shooting 7 for 18 from the field. And Jaylen Brown makes both free throws. So right now it's a 12-point game. Here goes Tyler Hero. And Hero knocks down the 3. Tyler super Hero. 3 for Miami. And here comes Anthony Simons. Gives it to Jaylen Brown for the 3. Rims out. And here comes Miami. Nikola Jovic kicks it out to Wiggins. Yakajidis finds Jovic for the corner 3. Rims out. And here comes Boston. Derek White guarded by Tyler Hero. Gives it to Anthony Simons. And Simons knocks down the floater. It was now a 13-point game for Miami. Anthony Simons off the bench with 18 points, shooting 6 for 14 from the field. Tyler Hero thought about the 3, gives it to Yakajidis. That rims out. Boston recovers the loose ball. Here comes Simons again. And Anthony Simons knocking down that 3 to put Boston into this game. They trail by 10. Boston right now with 36 bench points to Miami's 13. Hero. Gives it to Fontecchio for 3. Rims out. And that one's going to be Boston's ball. Alright, Sam Hauser is back in the game for Boston, replacing Hugo Gonzalez. Anthony Simons again, missing that basket. Rebound by Yakajunas. And that will end the third quarter. This one's been a back and forth game with lots of threes being thrown around. But Miami right now has the lead. It's 93-83 Miami. And we'll be back for the fourth quarter. And we are back, ready to begin. The fourth quarter is already underway. Boston just scored that last basket. Here comes Andrew Wiggins. Wiggins kicks it out to Drew Smith for 3. That rims out. Recovered by Tyler Hero. And that's going to be a foul on Hugo Gonzalez. Miami will have it side out. Alright, here comes Tyler Hero. You're looking for something. Kicks it out. Corner 3 on the way. that one rims out. Ball's knocked loose. And it's recovered by Anthony Simons. Here come the Celtics. Hugo Gonzalez. He gets the layup. And it's now a 6-point game for Miami. Here comes Tyler Hero. Basket gets waved off, and I think that's going to be it could be a foul. Was it a shoving foul? So Miami will have a side out. Here comes Tyler Hero. Hero guarded by Sam Hauser. Hero fades away and gets the basket. It's now an 8-point game for Miami. Here comes Anthony Simons. Simons driving in, fades away, rims out. Here comes Miami. Nikola Jovic going coast to coast, loses the ball, and here comes Anthony Simons. Simons gets the uncontested layup. Simons almost came away with that steal. Here's Nikola Jovic. Doesn't get a foul. Boston right now trying to get back into this one. Here comes Anthony Simons for a long three. He misses it. Rebound by Nikola Jovic. Tyler Hero gives it to Jovic. To Drew Smith. Back to Jovic. To Tyler Hero. That's a three for Drew Smith. And he gets... Nope, he stepped right out of bounds. Every turnover and every mistake Miami continues to make, that just continues to open the door for Boston to come back into this one. Here goes Anthony Simons. Simons guarded by Jovic. Now being guarded by Hero. Here comes Simon. And Anthony Simons gets the layup, and that's going to prompt a Heat timeout. Boston is starting to roll into this game. Miami has the lead, but right now it's dwindling. Miami leads 95-91. And we are back. Score is 95-91, Miami. Right now the Celtics are on a roll, and they're definitely coming back into this one. Anthony Simon is leading the way for this team on offense. Meanwhile, the defensive end being led by the rest of the team. And please forgive me for the actual sound you hear in the background. Alright, Miami has the ball. Wiggins has the ball. Wiggins almost loses the ball. Gives it to Casper Jakajunas. To Tyler Hero. Tyler Hero for three. Rebound by Bam. Bam finds Pelle Larsson. Gives it to Wiggins. Wiggins flying into the lane. No basket. Here come the Celtics. That's a long three. Rims out. It goes out of bounds. It will be Heat ball. Alright, and here comes Tyler Hero. Gives it to Bam. Bam finds Yakajunas. Miami's passing the ball around. Bam, missing that basket. Rebound by Boston. Here comes a three. That rims out. Rebound by Andrew Wiggins. Here comes Wiggins. Wiggins gets fouled and will go to the line for 2 free throws. That one's going to be on Derek White. Alright, Andrew Wiggins will go to the line for 2 free throws. Wiggins knocks down the first. And Norman Powell will enter the game for Miami. He replaces Tyler Hero. And Wiggins makes 12 free throws. So it's now a 6-point game. Miami shooting 19 for 25. Boston 16 for 17. Anthony Simon appears to be a little banged up right now. So right now Boston still has the ball. Anthony Simons for three. And he knocks it down. So it's now a 3-point game for Miami. Anthony Simons right now with 28 points. And that's going to be another foul on Boston. Alright, and here comes Jakajunas. Pelle Larsson. Bam has the ball. Bam missing that fadeaway. And rebound by Boston. Boston looking to tie this one up. They're looking for a three. Instead, they miss. And here comes Miami now. Somebody Fontecchio has the rebound. Fontecchio finds Bam. Finds Jakajunas for the corner three. And Kasparov, the friendly ghost Jakajunas 3 for Miami. The Heat now lead by 6. comes Anthony Simons again. Simons gets another layup. And it's back to a 4-point game. And Anthony Simons right now 30 points. There's a corner three from Bam. That rims out. And here comes Anthony Simons again. He's looking for a three. He's guarded by Bam. Now guarded by Palo Larson. Fade away. And Anthony Simons again for Boston. He now has 32 in this game, 11 in this quarter. Here comes Norman Powell. Kicks it out to Fontecchio for three. And that rims out. Rebound by Boston. And Boston will call a timeout. The Celtics are starting to come back into this one as Miami leads 100-98. And we are back. Score is 100-98 Miami. The Celtics have been on a run so far, and Miami has yet to respond. I know they've been throwing up corner threes, but it hasn't been hitting. And Anthony Simons has been a one-man wrecking crew. He has 32 points in this game, 11 in the fourth quarter. Miami needs to come up with answers and fast, because right now their baskets haven't been falling, and the defense seems to be, I don't want to say non-existent, but they need some key defensive stops right now. It's a long three, and Boston has come back to take the lead. Sam Hauser knocking down that three. Miami needs to do something and fast. Because Norman Powell gets his shot blocked. It's out of bounds and will be last touched by Boston. Inbound the ball. They give give it a foul. They find Junius gets fouled and will go to the line for 2 free throws. Miami right now are in the bonus. It was a nice heads-up play by Northern Powell to find Junius, which led to that Sam Hauser foul. Junius knocks down the first free throw. And Junius makes both free throws. Miami takes back the lead. Here comes Anthony Simons. He's been hot so far for Boston. It's a long 3, and he knocks it down. Boston retakes the lead. Anthony Simons right now with 35 points, shooting 7 for 15 from the field. Junius corner 3, and he gets it. Kasper's Junius knocking down that corner 3 to give Miami that lead once more. This has been back and forth, edge of your seat time right now. Here's our Simons, finds Sam Hauser, Jaylen Brown for 3, and Jaylen Brown knocks it down from downtown. And here comes Norman Powell. Powell gets his shot blocked. Here comes Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, guarded by Tyler Hero. Jaylen Brown missing that basket, but he gets his own rebound. Sam Hauser missing that basket. And Derek White will go to the line for 2 free throws. Here, Derek White will go to the line for 2 free throws. He only had 6 points and 5 assists in this game. Jaylen Brown makes the first free throw. And Jaylen Brown makes both free throws. So it's now a 4-point game for Boston. And that will lead to a Heat timeout. Boston right now on a 15-5 run as they lead 109-105. And we are back. Boston now has a 4-point lead in this game. Miami needs to respond, and they need to respond now. This one has gotten away from the Heat ever since the second half started. But even though they've made some baskets here and there, it's been all Boston. Wiggins will inbound the ball. Gives it to Yakajunas. Yakajunas gives it to Norman Powell. Here comes Norman Powell. And he makes a tough floater. So Miami within 2 right now. Here comes Anthony Simons. Simons guarded by Hero. Here comes Anthony Simons. Flies in, gets his shot blocked. Here comes Miami. Wiggins out to Norman Powell for 3. Rims out, rebound by Yakajunas. Here comes Norman Powell. To Yakajunas for 3. Gets fouled. And we're going the other way, so it is Boston ball. Boston answers back with a basket. So it's now back to a 4-point game. Right, here comes Norman Powell, kicks it out to Bam for 3. That one rims out. Rebound by Anthony Simons. Comes a long 3 from Anthony Simons. Miami definitely not going for any rebounds right now. Ball's out of bounds. Last touch by Miami. The Heat right now looking pretty lost at this point. And here comes Jaylen Brown. Brown gets fouled and will go to the line for 2 free throws. I'm sorry. Boston will have it side out instead. They give it to Jaylen Brown, to Anthony Simons. That's a corner 3 for Boston. Basket interference, but it will not. Basket will not count. They'll count that as basket interference. Boston wants to challenge that play. It was still on the rim. So Boston will challenge to see if the basket counted. The referees say that the basket will count, so it is now a 6-point lead for Boston. It is now 113 to 107 for Boston. comes Bam. Gives it to Tyler Hero. Hero gives it to Norman Powell. Norman Powell makes the turnaround jumper. It was now a 4-point lead. 4-point game for Boston. Norman Powell with 22 points in this game, going 8 for 13 from the field. Hero missing net basket. Rebound by Boston. Right now, Anthony Simons has the ball. Like this one's gonna be over. This one looks like it's gonna be over. Boston calls for a timeout. Bam Adebayo looked like he had a good shot, but we couldn't able to get it in. So right now in this game, right now in the fourth quarter, Boston has shot 48% from the field in this quarter. Miami only 25%. The Heat continue to have problems against Boston, whether it's on the road or at home. Right now, the Heat have not looked so good for the Heat. Anthony Simons at the line. He makes the first free throw. Simons makes both free throws. So we got ourselves a timeout. Boston leads this one 115 to 109. are back. Score is 115-109. Boston has this lead. Looks like this game may be out of reach. So right now, on the floor for Miami, we see Kasper Siakam, I think Bam, Andrew Wiggins, Tyler Hero. Kasper Siakam inbounds the ball, gives it to Bam. Bam with a long three. And he sinks it. That was a prayer of a shot. And Miami goes ahead and fouls Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser goes to the line for Boston. He makes the first. And he makes both free throws. So Miami will burn its final timeout. Boston leads 117-112 in this game. Not much that he can do right now, but they should have done their due diligence during the fourth quarter. And we are back. Score is 117-112. Boston has this lead. Right, here comes Norman Powell driving into the lane. He gets the layup. And then there's going to be another foul on the play. Anthony Simons going to the line for 2 free throws for Boston. Anthony Simons makes the first. And Anthony Simons makes both free throws. And this one will be over. The Celtics win it 119-114. Devastating loss right there for Miami. They had the entire lead for the rest of the game. At one point they had a 19-point lead, but then allowed Boston to get themselves going with 3-point shooting, as well as closing them out on defense and rebounding. This one's a very tough loss for Miami, who needed to make a comeback, but wasn't able to do so. I mean, Anthony Simons came off the bench and he lit it up for Boston. I mean, Jaylen Brown did his thing. Derek White had an off night, which was rare. But Anthony Simons was the MVP for this game. Miami, however, they should have needed more from their bench. I mean, was Kelly Ware not available for more minutes? What about Nikola Jovic? I mean, we only saw him for a few minutes, not much else. Or Simone Fontecchio. Miami really needs to figure out something before the trade deadline ends, before the mid-season trade deadline expires, I should say. This was very harrowing to watch. First half was all Miami, but then the second half, Boston came back and started knocking down the baskets, even going on a 15-5 run, and that led the spark for Boston to not only come back into this game, but to retake the lead and go on to win the game. Very disappointing loss for Miami. Alright, for the Heat, Norman Powell led the way with 26 points. Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo both had 22 points each. Andrew Wiggins had 16 points, 8 rebounds. Andrew Wiggins led the way with 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And Kasper Siakam led the way with 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists. And for the Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown had 27 points, 7 rebounds. Sam Hauser with 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. And Luka Garza came off the bench with 11 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist and 1 steal. But the star of the show, Anthony Simons, came off the bench and lit it up. 39 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. Like I said, a very disappointing and embarrassing loss for Miami, who had a 19-point lead, only for it to dwindle away. Kind of difficult when you're trying to build upon that win from 2 nights ago against the Phoenix Suns. But nevertheless, Miami must go on to the next game. Right now, their next home game is Saturday night in a rematch against the defending NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder. That game starts at 8 o'clock, and you can watch that on FanDuel Sports Network Sun or your local WPLG Channel 10. Again, the Heat host the Oklahoma City Thunder, the defending NBA champions, Saturday at 8. And you can watch that on FanDuel Sports Network Sun and or WPLG Local 10 in Miami. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in, lurking, or just wanting to look at the scoreboard or hear my play-by-play. As we go through this Miami Heat season, I just want to continue to say, love one another, look out for one another, be kind to one another, treat each other with fairness and respect, because you never know when that day comes. I'm Deron Butler, reminding you to always run through the paint. And I would like to also mention that there are still trade rumors out there linking Ja Morant to the Miami Heat. I would love to see a possibility of Ja Morant playing in South Beach with the Heat. I've been hearing it so much on social media, within basketball circles, but the Heat need something to get themselves back on track in a way that will definitely generate them and generate their offense, generate their buzz, generate something. Because right now this Heat team has been up and down these last few games, but more down than up. And I expect the Heat to be in the midseason trade deadline. I mean the midseason trade rumors a lot, because right now this team, it started off good, but right now it's been down. It's been down a lot. So Miami will need to find something to get them back on track. But like I said, I'm Deron Butler, reminding you to always run to the paint. Take care, God bless, and I'll see you whenever I'm available for the next Heat Zone live stream. Take care, love you guys, and as always, go Heat.